Well, it's that time of year again, Free Comic Book Day. One of the best days of any comic book nerd's life. And today, I got a bunch of comics to share with you. More right after the intro. Hey everyone, welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And welcome to another episode of Comic Haul, Free Comic Book Day Edition 2018. So let's get things started with the first comic. So this was an exclusive on Free Comic Book Day. This is DC Nation, only 25 cents for this comic right here. And it's got the cover of the Joker, Batman, Catwoman, and Superman right here in the front. And this serves as a prelude to the upcoming DC Comics in 2018. This also serves as a prelude to Batman number 50 and Superman's miniseries that's coming out soon, Man of Steel. Really excited for that stuff. And we get to learn how the Joker feels once he finds out that Catwoman is engaged to his arch nemesis, Batman. Pretty cool stuff. Get this comic while you still can. I doubt that you'll get it now because it was only available Free Comic Book Day. And there was very little available yesterday, so didn't upload this video yesterday because it was late and I was doing a podcast, so don't miss it. I'll leave the link to that as well. Next comic book is The Amazing Spider-Man Learning to Crawl, number 1.1. I did manage to snag all of these in the comic book bin when I was there at Free Comic Book Day, and I managed to get this comic book like around 10%, 20% off. So I took advantage of getting these comic books. Haven't read these actually, but I do want to read them because, one, I love the artwork, and Alex Ross is one of my favorite artists, as you may all know. So Spider-Man. Next up is the follow-up to that story is Learning to Crawl, number 1.2. I'll tell you this, I have no idea what it's like. I have no idea what these comics are about, but I'm really excited nonetheless because, again, the artwork, Alex Ross, duh. And finally, Learning to Crawl 1.3, which is the conclusion of that story arc. Again, it's got, the cover art of Alex Ross's Spider-Man and Aunt May. Looks really highly detailed. It's beautiful. Get anything that's drawn by Alex Ross. But unfortunately, he doesn't draw the complete comic. And that's what really irks me. Every time I come across a comic book with Alex Ross art, I only wish that we can at least get maybe 4 or 5 pages, maybe, like, of Alex Ross's art in like a few panels. And then the rest, like, it's just like the regular art that you'd expect in a comic book. I would love that. Just to, give it like more molding and like kind of entice the readers to like get comic books, because the artwork is really truly like really nice to look at. And having a complete Alex Ross comic book would be probably very difficult because it takes time to draw things like this. It really does. To make them look as realistic as they do, it really does take a lot of time. So please go ahead and get them. And Alex Ross is doing the current artwork for The Amazing Spider-Man, so if you're not getting The Amazing Spider-Man, please do so. It's beautiful work. Next up is Civil War number 2. Yes, I know it's an old comic from 2006. I haven't owned the individual comics at all, so get off my back. And I am a comic collector. Yes, I do have the graphic novel of all 7 issues in, a graphic novel omnibus edition, which is just a reprint, and you can get it for like $20 in any comic book store if you want to read the whole story and not collect the individual comics. But I took advantage of this one because this was only on sale for $1, and normally like this goes for $10 individually. So you can get the entire comic series like in individual comic book format for like maybe $70 tops, and that's an expensive collection set. So I took advantage of getting this one for only $1. So Civil War number 2, and it's got the issue. This is like the issue where Spider-Man reveals his identity towards the end, as you can tell here from the cover. Kind of spoils it for you guys. So yeah, there's that. All right, next up is The Amazing Spider-Man Amazing Grace Part 2, 1.2. I want to say that this is a variant. I do. But I don't know for sure exactly. I didn't do any research. But I got this because the artwork looks really good, and there's a plane flying over my house right now, so let's just let that fly by. Okay, that flew by. All right, so anyways, yeah, I haven't read this one. This is one of the later Spider-Man comics, and he does have the new costume in this issue. And there goes another plane flying by. Oh my god, I can't record in peace. But anyways, yes, that's the beauty of like living next to an airport, I guess. So yeah, there's that. Next up, these comics were on sale, by the way. They were like 20% off or so in the comic store, so I took advantage of grabbing like this haul. It's not so big, but it's not so small either, this haul. Next up, we have Wolverine, number 66. This one looks really cool. I have no idea what it's about, but it looks like he just got finished getting shot by a barrage of like gunfire. So there's that one. Now, I've never been a huge Wolverine fan, but I mean, I like the character, and he's really compelling and all. He's really cool. But this is Wolverine number 67, a follow-up to the last comic that I was holding, and it's truly a nice-looking comic book. It's really gritty and really dirty, but you can tell that this is an old one. This is from like the 90s right here, and this is from 1993. It's a beautiful comic book. Definitely gonna read it. All right, next up is another Wolverine comic from 1989, I believe, and the 80s is where like the comic book art started to look really gritty and nasty and really how do you say it? Exaggerated, really, because like there's a lot of teeth clenching in the comic book covers, just like you see it here, and it's very detailed in a way too, but it looks really awesome. So I picked this up. It was on sale. It was like in a dollar bin. Really nice comic book cover. Last X-Men related comic book is another Wolverine title. This is an X-Men Deluxe from 1990, back in February 1990. I wasn't even born yet, but it's cool to have a comic just about almost as old as I am right here in my hands. So yeah, this was also on sale. Took advantage of that one as well, and it's got Sabretooth on the front. All right, next up I got a couple more in that, and then I'll be done here. This is the Mighty Thor, the Thor War, with Loki returning as the villain, and there's multiple Thors in these comic books, so it's pretty cool to see that. We have the bearded, scruffy looking Thor, and then we have the regular Thor as well, and then Beta Ray Bill makes an appearance as well in this comic book. So definitely pick this up, because anything with Beta Ray Bill and Thor is really cool. This one is really cool. It's very intriguing. And I took advantage of this one because it's a pretty hard find, and it was the only one in the bin. And this is Thor versus the Mighty Thor. So there are two different Thors in this comic book, obviously, and they fight each other. And it's a really cool comic. Definitely pick this up. I encourage you to pick it up. It's a really fun read. Both Thors are fighting each other, and enough said, just like it says right there in the comic cover. And last, this was from Free Comic Book Day. There wasn't many comic books left over from Free Comic Book Day, and you know, usually on Free Comic Book Day, they always tend to give away comics that are not exactly as appealing to me as, you know, somebody who collects like any comic. Me specifically, I do collect Marvel and DC mainly, but I also do collect some Image comics, just some. And this is a comic from Image Comics, if I'm not mistaken. It's called The Barrier, and it's got some really good writers on here. This is written by Brian Vaughan, Marcos Martin, and Monsta Vincente. These are really well-known writers and artists. Go ahead and give it a shout out. Just giving a shout out to them. Take advantage of getting these comic books, as I hear many good things about it, and I'm actually going to read it to see if I actually like it. So, The Barrier. It's got a really nice, simple cover. It looks like yep. You know what? I'm holding it upright because that's how you hold it. But you turn it over, it's actually just a desert with what appears to be like a gate entry. So I thought it was a building for the longest when I was just looking like this, because it kind of looks like a window on a building, but it's not. This is the way to hold it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Comic Book Day, Free Comic Book Day, guys. Those are all the comics that I got. They weren't all free, obviously. One of them was only $25, and one of them was free, and the rest were on sale. And there goes another plane flying by. Usually I make cutaways for that, but that plane is obnoxiously loud. And I don't feel like doing cutaways right now, because I got more videos coming up later on today. So what I have next coming up right now is that I'm going to do a video on Marvel Spider-Man Collector Box. It's retailing for $50, and I'm going to be talking about what's included in that box, and I might consider it a giveaway. So more on that later, right after this video, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. And remember, I do have my collector's edition of Spider-Man PS4 going on right now. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Once again, sound like a broken record right now. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.